This video, we're going to be looking at what is a wave, how to create one, and really why does it even matter? So in my administrator role, right, this is my dashboard. Yours might look slightly different. Your navigation pane might look slightly different depending on, the access and permissions that you have. To get to the create a wave page, the easiest way that I've found is literally just to type in create a wave. We can also create a button on your dashboard, and you might easily access this in your navigation pane, again, depending on the roles and permissions you have. I'm going to click creating a wave. Now what a wave is it's releasing sales orders and transfer orders to the mobile device to be picked. Now there is a portion of the mobile device, which we'll see in another video, where a user can go in and click orders that have not been released or waived to the warehouse floor to be picked. An example of this might be somebody has finished picking their orders for the day, so they're going to go look at the list and see if there's anything else they can get ahead on. And when they do that and they click that order, NetSuite's going to create a wave like this in the background. We'll see that in a separate video. For creating a wave to release sales orders and transfer orders to the warehouse, I've seen this happen in a number of ways, right? I've seen warehouse managers prefer to release a collection of orders per day. So they might release, we're going to pick these 20 sales orders on Monday, these 30 on Tuesday, these 20 again on Wednesday. Or what we can do is we can schedule this wave to run. So we can say, NetSuite, have it automatically run in this order. Every 15 minutes, release 50 sales orders to the warehouses to be picked. So what we're going to do is on this page, the two most important fields that we see here are our location and our transaction type. So I'm going to set my location to New Jersey. I'm going to set my transaction type. I'm going to keep it as sales order. We have everything else down here, which is just a way of filtering out the orders that we're going to see, right? So maybe we only want to see mouse orders that we need to ship out the door. Or maybe, there's a particular order date or shipping type or shipping method that we want to say only ship out UPS ground, or we can add a custom field. So maybe there's a particular date you track with your customers to say everything that is close to this expected ship date that's coming up, ship it out today. So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and click search. Now, when I do that, it's going to bring up a list of the orders that are ready to be waived. I can select a priority to this wave if I'm releasing, more than one wave at a time. NetSuite will prioritize that. We'll talk about picking types, so single order versus bulk and multi-order picking. Single order is going to say like, hey, pick each sales order at one at a time, right? So let's say I have item A and B in one sales order and item A in another sales order. It's going to say pick all the contents of the first sales order first, then you can go pick the contents of the sales order second. Bulk and multi-order picking are basically the same thing. They just present themselves a little differently in the mobile device. That's saying, okay, for sales order 1 and 2, they share item A in common. Go get everything that you need for item A, and then you can move on to item B. So the way these are different is just in the mobile device, one of these will say which sales order each item is for. One will just combine them and say, we'll split it up at the end, pick 100. You have that 100 across 3 sales orders. So you can decide how you want to set this out. I've seen this be sent out in a couple ways as well, where warehouse manager might want to say, let's have 4 people work on a bulk picking wave. Or they want to assign out in a single order and say, Dan, you're picking sales order 1, Michael, you're picking sales order 2. So for today, we're going to click single order. And then release status, you can keep a wave in pending release, or you can just go ahead and mark it as released. Now, I have my sales orders. I can click up here if I want to click all of them. I can just go ahead and click one if I want. I can add columns, remove columns. I can also go to line items. Now, each of these sales orders only has one line item, but if I wanted to, I could group these by line items again and say, everything that has item NSSCCT, go ahead and pick that for all orders. So we'll click our one line. We'll click save. Again, in this corner, this is just letting you know some information about what you've selected. So it's only selected one order, one line item, and the total quantity is 12. Now, when I click save, that's going to generate a wave record. And someone in the mobile device can then go in to the waived orders and begin to pick that order. So as I'm saving this, right, it's going to generate that wave record where I can always see the date. I can see what are the line items, what's the quantity. I can see what are called pick tasks. So someone on the mobile device is going to pick task 110. They'll enter their details. We can assign it to a particular person if we need to. And then this is just a view of the line items and maybe a description of what those items are.